This is Dr. Phil Chavez. Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 12 is the gospel reading for the second Sunday after Christmas, year C. Now, on this day, we celebrate the Epiphany. Now, Jesus is born in Bethlehem during the reign of King Herod. And in Jerusalem, Herod is visited by the royal Magi from the east to discuss this newborn King of the Jews. Again, our gospel begins at Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. We'll read to about verse 6. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea in the days of King Herod, behold, Magi from the east in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was greatly troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. Assembling all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judea. For it has been written through the prophet, 'And you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel.'" Let me make a couple of points here. First of all, brothers, while we look at the scene of the birth of Jesus in the manger with some kind of sentimentality, as if the situation is warm and cozy, the reality is the birth of Christ was anything but that. It was anything but fit for a king. Now, Augustine says, "A God-man having divine power proceeded from a virgin womb in the obscure shelter of such a cradle, a narrow stall, where lay infinite majesty in a body more narrow, and suffered the wrapping of vile rags." So, brothers, Jesus is born in a place where animals dwell. He's put in a narrow stall within that, wrapped in filthy clothes, and set in a feeding trough. Brothers, take care when looking for Christ, because usually we expect to find him in good circumstances where things are neat and tidy. But we don't want to find him, as we know, in sorry conditions or in anything repulsive, as he actually manifested himself. The Magi, too, would have likely bypassed him had it been not for this bright star, which Augustine says, driving away the darkness of the earth that changed night into day. Imagine that, this star over Bethlehem changed the night, as it were, appearing actually daytime. So, brothers, careful of your assessments. You may not get clear signs of Christ. On the contrary, you will find him in the subtleties where you least expect. Now, second, when it comes to the preferences of God, Augustine comments, "Jesus then was manifest neither to learn nor the righteous, for ignorance belonged to the shepherds, impiety to the idolatrous Magi. Yet does that cornerstone attract them both to itself, seeing he came to choose the foolish things of the world, to confound the wise, and not to call the righteous but sinners. That nothing great should exalt himself, none weak should despair." Now, again, common temptation of us men is to believe that we know how to assess things, as if we can discern who is fitting for Christ, worthy of his grace, fitting for his blessings. Yet God has a certain heart for the weak, the ignorant, the secular, the sinful. It's easy to think that God prefers the intelligent and the good, which is often the category we believe we fall in. Careful, brothers, when you assess whom God prefers, he will inevitably humble you. God be with you.